Girl solves Izzy's problem. Radio Digest, February 27th, 1926. Dizzy Izzy was serious. He had a problem. Even to try to be a radio clown and be compelled to worry along with a problem on your neck is enough to make anyone serious. Things were always coming up, and Dizzy Izzy had to put them down, or he would forget them. It made no difference that he had Mike at WOAW Omaha in front of him and all the woodmen of the world back of him. There are lots of things in this world that stump even woodmen, and the problem stumped Dizzy Izzy. Once he turned the microphobia upside down and stuck his finger against a hot wire when the problem seemed to present itself there. 400 sets went dead. Dizzy explained to a twisting audience that a crystal crab in Lincoln had snapped at the end of his finger and made the blood come. Still, the problem haunted him. It crept out of his subconscious mind at all sorts of inopportune times, and shinned up the microphone stand like a diabolical imp to taunt and prod him. What was it? What did it all mean? What was income tax, philosophy, ethics, poetry, breakfast, matrimony, world court, zero, music, the Einstein theory, higher mathematics, theology, static, 100%, 18th Amendment? These questions all seemed to be a part of his problem. They streamed through his mind as he nestled into a one-armed chair in Thompson's restaurant and drained the dregs of a loco weed sandwich. His meditations were interrupted. A freakish-looking girl with long hair done up in the old-fashioned way and skirts that came an inch below her knees approached with a glass of milk and a Bismarck. Without even noticing Dizzy, she settled down cozily in the harbor across the arm of his chair. She tilted her glass of milk, and Dizzy noticed that her throat was as white as the fluid she drank, even whiter. Her long lashes caressed her cheeks lovingly. Her slim, wax-like fingers had the daintiest hint of rosebud pink. Dizzy admired the classic elevation of her alabaster brow. Suddenly, he felt a surging desire to speak to her, to confide in her, to ask her advice as to his problem. Here was one who surely would understand. He licked the last drop of the loco weed sandwich from the bowl and turned tremblingly toward the young woman. "Pardon me, miss," he stammered, taking his turtle shell specs from his eyes and wiping a green fog from the lenses with his paper napkin. "I hope you will pardon my idiosyncrasy in speaking to you, but I have a very, very serious problem, a very difficult problem." "I'm not a school teacher, but I guess you are harmless. What is it?" She calmly broke her Bismarck. "Well, I've been thinking of the meaning of things. Everything, you know." "For instance, what?" Wiping a bit of red jelly from her dainty chin. "Oh, just for example, we'll say love, matrimony, divorce, domestic—" "Easy, old fellow. It's easy. The whole thing is just blah." Crash! Dizzy's double-duty turtle shell specs fell from his nerveless fingers and broke into 1,000 pieces. For a moment, he half stood and half sat as a man awaking from a long dream. Slowly, his scattered senses mobilized between his ears. His naked eyes filled with tears. "I see it all, now," he gasped hoarsely. "You are right. That is the answer. You shall hear from me again. You have performed a great public service, for I am none other than Dizzy Izzy, the announcer. The world is waiting to know. I shall bear the message. To me will go the honor, but I will not forget. Eureka! The Blah Club." And that, boys and girls, was the true answer to Dizzy Izzy's problem. Never again was he serious. What became of the young lady? Well, that is another story. But you have all heard of the Great Blah Club of WOAW. There are 35,000 registered members and a waiting list of 25,000 more, and it is so exclusive that anyone who doesn't care to will not be admitted to membership. It has been 3 months now since Dizzy Izzy officiated at the first initiation ceremonies. Males and females over 16 years old are called boobs and boobuses, respectively. All members under 16 are called boobies. Every candidate must ride Brindle Betsy thrice around the Red Barn to the tintabulation of the bovine lavalier. When it comes to dismounting, the candidate is royally knighted by a barrel stave saber in the hands of Dizzy Izzy and his court, which consists of Cy Perkins, Gus, Ulfred Jessen, Bill Goodrich, Eddie Stewart, and Mac Omen. The Blah Club takes the air from Podunk Center, remote control over barbed wire. The club rooms are in Cy Perkins' general store and undertaking parlors. The Blah Club has included such entertainers as Jack Little and Lou Ferris, the Eiffel Tower of radio. The slogan is, "A little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men." There are many features. One is the Matrimonial Bureau, which hunts mates for spinsters and bachelors. A Lost and Found department is maintained for stray animals. There is a Raz Bureau for the knockers. Many interesting letters are received from prospective members. Some excerpts follow. "Dear Izzy," writes an applicant for membership, "I want to be inducted into the mighty Blah Club. I feel that if I were a member, I would have more fun. You will need to kick the cow good and hard when you take me in. I am a church, not a schoolhouse. I have got a rather high standing, and there isn't much in my belfry. I have a good many members and more than one organ. Yes, you can knock the cow, bell and all, over if you want to. Your old radio fan, Dwight Church." Another, offering his pedigree for membership, says, "I am an evolutionist, old enough to grandfather in 2 places. Eat all I can get, but can't sleep on account of listening in. Work when I have to. Walk on my hind feet, and I'm a little lame in the head. Otherwise, my better half says I am all right. Don't forget friend wife. Give her all the cowbells and head the critter north by east. Recommend that the Blah Club members appropriate some to rebuild the Kansas depot that the woodpeckers knocked down. Respectfully, O.J. Pruitt." Political blah is provided by Senator Snag of Podunk Center. This is the mysterious secret password that gets you by the ether waves. Blah.